So good morning or good afternoon.
Buenos días, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes. So today we're going to lesson 335. Vamos a la lección 335. La voy a leer. Elijo ver la impecabilidad de mi hermano. Perdonarle es una elección. Nunca veo a mi hermano tal como es, pues eso está más allá de la percepción. Lo que veo en él es simplemente lo que deseo ver, pues eso es lo que quiero que sea verdad. A eso es a lo único que respondo, por mucho que parezca que es a los acontecimientos externos. Elijo lo que deseo contemplar y eso, y solo eso es lo que veo. La impecabilidad de mi hermano me muestra que quiero contemplar la mía propia y la veré puesto que he decidido ver a mi hermano en la santa luz de su inocencia. ¿De qué otro modo podría restituírseme tus recuerdos, sino viendo la inocencia de mi hermano? Su santidad me recuerda que él fue creado uno conmigo y semejante a mí. En él encuentro mi ser y en tu hijo encuentro asimismo el recuerdo de ti. Elijo ver la impecabilidad de mi hermano. Amén. Okay. Someone has nice music on.
Oh, it's me. Sorry.
No, I can. It's very. It's nice. It's not
Yeah. Okay. It's not
interrupting.
distracting.
No. Okay.
No, que acá no se oye.
No, tú no oyes.
No, I don't hear the music.
Okay.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Great.
The ego always wants to come in because when I saw the time, what time it was, I just beat myself up every morning. It's like
What a way to start the day, dear. Stop doing that. You know, we're not in a hurry. We can connect whenever. Don't do that to yourself.
But that's what I said. I said, well, what's the hurry? What's the rush? There's no time. Just leaving it, just accepting it. Ego always wants to come in with the sense of rush, the apuro.
Yeah, patience is a beautiful quality that we have to develop on everything. And it's a deeper patience, not like the patience that we were used to.
Mm-hmm.
It's a deeper sense of trust and
Sí.
contentment and confidence and constancy. Adiós, Lilo está ahí.
Lilo's here. He comes into the room and then he wants to leave. Vente.
He
Ven a
climbed
saludar.
up the ladder up to the bedroom. Good for Lilo. He's a climber.
Sí. Yo lo pongo. Siéntate en la almohada de Viram. Sit on Viram's, on his side.
The process for Lilo has been very slow because Biram was opposing him to be in the house. And now Lilo has come up to the bedroom and on top of Biram's pillow. The ultimate accomplishment for the stray dog, you know?
He has come up in the world. Sí. There were a lot of forgiveness that had to be done with the situation of the dog. Sí, pero volviendo a la paciencia, I understand what you mean. It's a different kind of patience. And it's restful, and it comes from total trust.
Certainty. Exactly.
Certainty.
And there are miracles in and out, you know, all the time. That makes your heart feel happy in spite of the uncertainty of the world and the unreality of everything. There are some pockets of beautiful thoughts that come in different forms, but they are recognized as a gift for the mind to be at ease. And it's like you're doing something that is good. Keep on doing it. Don't distract yourself.
Mhm.
Yes, it's like reminding us all the time you're worthy or remembering who you are. Don't let anything keep you from that joy because it's a present joy and it can be shared with everything that happens. And you will see the shifts in the mind's perception of the things of the world.
Mm.
You will notice a big shift to a beauty and a loveliness that cannot be perceived by the eye, but can felt. It can be felt as truly gifts from above.
Mhm.
I know it's within, it's not above, but
It's sí.
way of talking,
Mhm.
But yeah, when you surrender and all that comes to you is just loveliness and peace. Until we do that, we're just fighting against ourselves, which makes no sense, but the ego makes no sense anyway.
Sí.
So when my wallet is coming, my preferred wallet,
No sé when it's coming. It's
I will show it to you in camera. So it will be stated for como a posterity.
sí. Exacto.
Oh my God.
Were you gonna say something, Gary?
No.
No. So anoche I started to watch this show on Netflix. It's called Alone.
Alone.
It's one of those competition shows where they take 10 people who are survivalists, and they're experts in surviving, and they throw them, they put each person in a spot in the Arctic, and they have some supplies. So each person, they don't interact with each other, but it's a competition because they're there, and then they have like one of those satellite phones that when they want to leave they call, and obviously they come pick them up and they're out of the competition. I don't know what the length of it is, because I was just watching and just thinking, okay, I'm gonna watch this. But what was very interesting was there was one guy who was criticizing, the urban lifestyle, and how he's fed up with it, and he wants to be out in the wilderness, and he's out in the wilderness and he's surviving, and he hasn't eaten in 2 weeks. He's just been eating berries because he hasn't been able to fish anything. I think he was able to kill a squirrel, and after he killed the squirrel and he ate the squirrel, he was bawling because he felt like he had traicionado, like ¿cómo se dice traicionado?
Betrayed.
He had betrayed the squirrel. And then finally, since he couldn't find anything to eat, they call it tapped out. He called to get, and he was thinking, and he was, and all of this, they have to, because you're thinking, well, how, they're not supposed, you think, well, they're not really alone because they have, crew filming them. No, they have to film themselves. So they have a camera on their head and they have like tripods. So they film themselves. It's not like they're actually, it looks like they're actually very alone. They're actually alone. But what was interesting was the guy was saying how he had enjoyed those 2 weeks and the complete freedom. And this was true freedom. And I'm sitting there thinking, it's not freedom. You're still a slave to the body because you have to leave because you can't find anything to eat. But I thought it was interesting because there's different kinds of people. There's one military guy whose purpose is just, I'm here to win. And there's another girl who's one of those people who are who believe in like the spirituality of the earth and of the plants, and every time she's gonna eat something, she like has permission and she blessed, that kind of thing. And I'm thinking, this is just, just, of course the judgment comes in, but at some point I thought, at some point I was there, and it's just another version of the same thing. Each person has his version until you get to the point where you understand that nothing has any meaning apart from the meaning that we give it, because you see these different people in the same kind of landscape, and each one gives meaning. For one person, it's very important to kill a moose, and another person is like, I have to just fish. And so everything is important depending on your perspective and your perception. I don't know, for me it was very helpful to see how the ego just manifests in different forms in each person, and how each person defines freedom in a different way. But it's not right. It's not true freedom. I don't think I'm going to watch it again. I just watched 2 episodes.
I was on chapter 15 yesterday, which is the chapter on Christmas. And, the same thing keeps repeating over and over and over in different areas, in different experiences. And it's always the same message when you get to the point when you can see that everything is an aspect of an idea that you no longer want. You don't see it as different things, but you see it right away. This is another aspect of the same idea that I no longer will cherish in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming to me to be released right now. And that's where it becomes more meaningful, the term that I don't have to do anything. Because now my mind is engaged totally in function all the time with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when your mind is there, you really know that you don't have to do anything. Comes with a true comfort that whatever you need really will be provided, because it's not for the little self. Yeah. Kind of like that. I don't know, something like you're watching and seeing and feeling and committing to, because the ego will try to bring anything to keep you away from that. Soon enough, you know that the ego has no power to keep you from there, because you're no longer confused about who's choosing and why It is choosing it. And that transfer training is beautiful. And then again, today I have listened to already 3 conferences of different people, and the last one was David Hofmeister sharing the 2 movies. I don't know if you saw it. But yeah, he's just apparently he's listening to us and then talking. Because what we were talking yesterday, now I hear from him. And I said, what the fuck is this?
Una mente.
See.
It's one mind. I like to see that reflection of the healing of the mind and everything, because all of a sudden everything just supports that healing, and you get the help from everywhere. And there's these coincidences that aren't coincidences, because it's like it's just one mind, so it's gonna be reflected back like that. I've had that experienced several times.
Yeah, it's like you're being carried on the course says it, and I heard so many like I don't know how to call them parables, sayings,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like you're carried down the river, you don't have to do anything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The destination is so impossible to miss. And when you go deeper, you know you already have no destination because you were never lost. You were never in a you know.
Mm-hmm. Sí.
And it's lovely being in that presence and accepting that. In some way, you kind of connecting with your eternality.
Sí.
It feels very lovingly, very sweet,
Mm-hmm.
very peaceful. So yeah, if you decide not to do anything, everything will be done anyway. It's
Sí.
impossible. When you see it that way, but then when the ego comes, chaka, 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 what you gonna do? ¿Qué le pasa a este?
How did you know how my
What's
ego
happening
sounds?
to this stuff?
That's how your ego sounds, right? ¿Qué le pasa? What's happening? He wants to survive. He knows that his days are counted, are numbered.
See, the clarity is arriving with such a beautiful, all-encompassing embrace for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And since you receive it knowing that it's for everyone, you become more present and more useful for everybody. So I only have 2 more rentals. One today and another the 11th, and no more. So we're entering, yeah, we're giving thanks to the Airbnb and saying thank you, bye.
Qué chévere.
Yeah, that's lovely. I love when I can appreciate what is presented and close chapter blessing everything, and somehow knowing that I've done this so many times and always has been for a greater good, a greater healing, that it's very hard for the ego to bring fear into the situation of seemingly uncertainty of the world. Becomes like a beautiful invitation to the Holy Spirit to let me open my eyes, my spiritual eyes, to see the blessings that are coming with that closing of the process with a mentality totally open. Yeah, it comes to a point like I was telling you about the experience that you have with Italian. To be mindful for all the alternatives and make sure that you're at peace with all of them. Because the ego for sure will bring you all and then consequences of not hearing him. If you don't let me take control of the situation, this and 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 this, and none of them are good.
Terrible, es terrible, it's horrible.
But then we have to do the exercise. We cannot be like, no, I don't want to, no,
Sí.
let me distract away. No. Bring it to me. Bring it to me because I have help.
Sí.
And you know, the help is always available, is always willing, is all powerful, is all loving. It will bring me comfort, not to me only, but to everybody that is included in the situation in the most real and profound and lasting, everlasting way. So who can say no to that invitation? Let's use this. Let's use it. Let's use it. Of course. Yeah, everything that comes for our liberation. And there's no other way of looking at it because otherwise you're not looking. You see it different that working for your liberation, you're not seeing at all. Anything at all. You're confused and the morass of the ego and there's nothing there.
Sí.
So eventually you will be more than convinced. You will be so willingly, going to whatever you don't want to go. And I mean like in the mind. But it's not like going in the car to
Sí.
Okay, or traveling or doing anything. It's a intimate process within yourself. And you will be very willingly open to go to wherever the ego wants to take you, that it's like a hell, and go there and shine light right there. You don't have to wait for anything because it's an instantaneous process that happens with your willingness to get the help of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, for sure.
And it feels great. The ego has no power over the comfort that you can feel.
Sí.
When you're putting yourself truly in the hands of the Spirit. And obviously you're not, it's not the little you that you're putting the Son of God with all these manifestations of the same idea that you now have been able to go deep within to see that it's all the same. Many forms, many situations, many histories, many stories, many dramas, many comedies, time and space, all the shit, all the package,
Sí, es lo mismo. It's all the same.
And I find it truly comforting whenever I'm dealing with that internal process, which is almost always. it has become very assuring and very dramatically shift point where I can truly find lasting comfort when I remind myself that the only thing that I need is the Holy Spirit.
Sí. Sí.
And that's the only thing that I want to keep in mind
All the
for
time.
and for everybody and for all situations. And it's so different from anything that I have lived before in the experience of this body. And it's so all-encompassing and so beautiful and so magnificent. And it's truly the only thing that I know that will not leave me without comfort, that will not leave me unsatisfied. That being with him in connection, in intimacy with him, will bring me the opportunity to be satisfied with everything that happens.
Everything.
It doesn't matter how it looks to the world.
No, and it's constant. If it's not constant, it's because we've taken ourselves out.
Yeah, fear has taken
appeared,
hold of and then fear is nothing, so we can just return. It doesn't matter how trying seems the situation. Our willingness to go to the Holy Spirit will do that for us. We're living it. We're living it.
Ay, mi madre.
Yes. An iguana fell from a tree.
Pues son las iguanas nativa, the native or the other ones.
Yo no las conozco de nada. My knowledge of the iguanas is not that sophisticated. For me, they are the green and the really dark and ugly ones, but that's it.
No, the big ones that get to 4 feet or more. Those are the supposedly invasive species.
But all of them are like that because they are reproducing there in the.
So you say you have a whole nest of them. The last time I was there, I saw the little ones were all over the place. They had hatched.
Sí, era época.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary, say something. You're too quiet in that corner. What are you doing there? You're sneaking on us.
I'm just trying to catch up on sleep.
What happened? You're not sleeping.
No.
Yeah.
No, not for a few days.
That's because of the pain in the body or the pain in the mind?
Both. One and the same.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Sleep during the day then.
no, it's yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen either. Yeah, the pain is just I took a couple aspirin last night, which I don't like doing, and it gave me, I came in here and I sat and I sort of dozed off sitting up, but it's laying down that it seems everything gets really focused, you know.
And it gets more intense.
See, yeah. And then
Pass
mine
through
gets,
my mind, take a plane and come over and let's see what we can do here in the heat of the tropics. Maybe the cold affecting that too. And then I have an empty house here. You can choose wherever you want to stay.
yeah.
So yeah, hold that option with the Holy Spirit and check what he does. what he tells you.
Yeah, I'm just finding that I was reading from chapter 12 this morning, looking within. Just a perfect section. And there was a couple of lines here. Actually, I'll just read this one piece. I think I said before that what you project or extend is up to you, but you must do one or the other, for that is the law of the mind. And you must look in before you look out. As you look in, you choose the guide for seeing. Doesn't distinguish which guide, just says the guide. And then you look out and behold it's his witness. This is why you find what you seek. What you want in yourself, you will make manifest. And you will accept it from the world because you put it there by wanting it. When you think you're projecting what you do not want, it is still because you do want it. This leads directly to disassociation, for it represents the acceptance of two goals, each perceived in a different place, separated from each other because you made them different. The mind then sees a divided world outside itself, but not within. This gives it an illusion of integrity and enables it to believe that it's pursuing the one goal. Yet as long as you perceive the world as split, you are not healed. For to be healed is to pursue one goal, because you've accepted only one and want but one. So, and then the next line in the next section is, when you want only love, you will see nothing else. So yeah, this section just really spoke to me. And then I'm on lesson 92, and yeah. So the info, it's there. It just needs to be
Practiced.
accepted. Yeah.
Yeah, be kind with yourself.
See.
It's already there. It's just for you to be patient.
It seems like
don't attack yourself because you're in pain, because you didn't choose the pain at this level. That was in the script. And remind yourself that I am innocent,
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if you say I am innocent and you're thinking about God, you can also say, and I don't exist. Because the Course is talking to the mind that thinks that it's 7 billion bodies, I don't know how many planets, galaxies. But still, that doesn't mean that it cannot comfort you in the level that you think you are.
Yeah.
Because it's written in dual terms that has the purpose of at least giving you some kind of comfort and hope. And through your internal disposition to handle the pain to the Holy Spirit, to be done or used, better way, to be used for you, for the real you.
See.
In any instant, without you consciously planning it, it could simply disappear. It doesn't disappear because yet still the mind is too afraid to loosen the concept that is an individual. And even
Yeah.
you understand it intellectually, there's something in you that still wants to hold to the individual concept.
Mhm.
And one of the ways that is showing up is in the pain. And you can entertain while in those periods that are you're tired and you're thinking that you have to rest or sleep, and you get confused with the pain and the figures of the dream and the stuff, then you can ask, I don't have need to sleep. I need to wake up and I need to forgive in order to wake up. Bring me all the images. And then that shift in focus from the pain or the discomfort in the mind to the purpose of healing the mind and welcoming the figures that come for the purpose of healing, that is choosing one purpose. And it can be called love. At the level that we are calling it forgiveness, because we still feel that our figures apart from us and their bodies apart from us. And
Yeah.
their stories that still have a hold on our emotions. But it can be turned into a universal gift of love to every figure that comes in that moment.
Hmm.
And then the words mean nothing because it's just the intent. What I want to use this for, like we always say. What I'm gonna use this pain, I'm gonna use this discomfort, what I'm gonna use this moment, and all the figures that come within that process. And then again, you're new with the course, but in any level that you are, you know that you have help, that you're not alone in this beautiful purpose that you have accepted, and that your little willingness is given to it. So you can use those moments to reinforce your intimacy with that internal teacher, with that internal guide. And, you don't ask for any specific, you ask for him to show you.
Yeah.
And don't get desperate because it doesn't go away.
No.
On the contrary, get more patience, more patience. And when you check it, you already seen the falseness in this life and the futility of all the ego endeavors. And at some point, you should be ready to say, I have no use of time but to forgive. And I'm not in a hurry to wake up, to do things, to go to the supermarket, to call anyone, to heal anyone. I already did what I wanted to do in this world, and none of it has brought me any of the peace that I was looking. I already seen the offerings of the ego. I'm not really planning to give me more gifts of the world. I want to do what I came to do, which is the utmost function that everybody has as one, is to bring everybody within the internal circle of peace and then let them go over there and find the true meaning of
It
the
sounds sort of silly, but when I can't sleep and laying in bed and the pain's just throbbing, I get up and I come in here and I sit, and the mind at that point is so active and it's so dominating the space that I feel as though I almost need to write a script that I can read to at least sort of create a pattern interrupt in the mind in this ego nonsense. Because like I've said in the past, it's not just the pain that will slide in. It'll be some persecution story that needs to be played out about this person. And then I get that one done. It's like, then there's this, it's fucking absurd. And so I need almost to like,
Yeah, but those are the opportunities that you have to clear your mind in that moment.
well, this is what I'm saying, and the challenge is that there's so much confusion because the body's tired that I have a hard time even finding my way out. There can be a door right in front of me, and I can't. It's hard to find it. Like I'm reaching for. Okay, so I need to forgive. All right, forgive myself, forgive them for. Like it's absurd. During the day, it's no problem. I can see the ego, I can see the mind, I can see the nonsense. I can just say, okay, I see you, thank you. It's time for healing, move on. But when I'm at 2:00 in the morning, so it's like I almost need to have something written where I can just start that process of saying, okay, let's just start by accepting this. I accept this. I'm not going to fight it. The pain is here, the pain is here. It's not who I am. It's not the truth. And then let that just sort of take over the spaceless space. But that's the way it was last night. The night before, interestingly enough, I was able to find forgiveness. And as I was in that space of accepting and forgiving, the pain almost went away. And that was with no aspirin. I mean, it wasn't like the aspirin kicked in. Pain almost went away. And I got a couple hours of sleep. But I have to be careful
that
too.
will be keep happening more and more for you when you're more relaxing in that space of cleaning the mind and observing the mind and and asking for the Holy Spirit to be with you watching it.
Yeah.
That's where the patience come.
Sí, exacto.
Yeah, don't feel like you're failing or that you lack any strength or anything. The process is like that, don't despair or don't think that this is not working or I'm not good enough or I'm never gonna get it. I'm 65 and I cannot do this and we have to come back again. No, fuck, I don't want to come back again. Tú sabes. No way,
Sí.
no way.
Sí.
There's no possibility that you cannot succeed if you surrender to the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that's the truest thing that I can share with you. Because he's the one that's gonna do the work. It's not you.
No, I certainly
And he
can't do.
doesn't fail.
Yeah.
No, it's a matter of you putting yourself, mind, the whole mind, all the mind, everything that comes to mind. Giving it up to him. Soon enough, you will see the fruits of your work, and they will become sweet reminders that it can be done. Because things will keep on happening. You have to gain that trust that he will do it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that passage I read is hit for me because there's just that seeing of, it's almost as if when things are easy, a connection to Holy Spirit's easy. But when I really need it, all I listen to is mind. And so I'm choosing I'm choosing when I don't want to choose. And I'm choosing what I don't want to choose. When it comes to the ego. So
But your power, it's unlimited. You say that you don't want it, but you want it because that's what you're choosing. It's like Astrid kid, He's not succeeding because he would like to succeed. O sea, that's the duality and the,
Yeah.
whatever is coming up, it's because we want it. But
Yeah.
the beauty of the process, when you grasp it really and you can use it really, is to know that you have the power to use it for you, for your healing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then that willingness, it's the Holy Spirit, telling you, don't mind this, I will take care.
Yeah. Yeah.
And know for true that if you're not going to the Holy Spirit, it's because you're afraid that you're a spirit too. It's not because the thing is too difficult or too powerful.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're relinquishing your power to be what you are whenever you believe any of this ego story. Whenever you believe that the Holy Spirit cannot resolve everything now for you.
Yeah.
Or that you have to decide how it's going to be resolved. All are the same error.
Sí.
Alegría Bombay. Cuéntamelo.
Mm-hmm.
Cuéntamelo.
Yo?
Sí, claro.
Mm. No, I just had the thought that, at least in my experience, even if I am able to detach even a little bit from the identification with the body, the fruits or the gifts that come in are so powerful that the only reason that I can't detach fully is because of that, the fear of what I truly am, is the fear that, because we actually fear what we are. We fear that we are love and that we're just going to go into that. And I've been coming into the experience recently as yesterday, of that fear. Like, I fear that. And I think that the little willingness that the course talks about, just a little willingness, that's where it starts. And if we are able to accept in that moment, like all of the gifts that are given, then it just goes fast. And it would go fast and it would take me all the way. What doesn't, if I don't go all the way, and I haven't been able to go all the way, is because of my fear, because immediately the fear comes in. And it gets to a point where you start to see that more and more and be okay with it. Be okay, I have this fear and I have my only, I guess, in that moment, the only thing that I have to do is be willing to be shown differently. Because the fear is not gonna, you know, the Holy Spirit is not gonna take away our fear. The only thing that he can do is show us that it's not true and it's not real. But it's very helpful in those moments where my almost complete attention is on the body or on the pain, to have that little willingness. It's very, it sounds small and insignificant, but it's so powerful.
Yeah.
Because once that opens and you even get just a glimpse or a glimmer or even just a half a second of all of the peace that comes in that moment, that is what keeps me with the purpose for everything that comes in. And even in, I mean, because eternity is in this moment. So we can be free of the identification in this moment. And even if the fear comes in the next moment and we're back into the illusion, it's okay. We can accept that. We can accept that, okay, this is what it is. This is the process of me having the experience of this moment of eternity, going back into time, and then knowing that I have the experience, I know it's real and it's true, so I can keep doing my work and giving it over to the Holy Spirit in the next moment, and then the next moment, and the next moment. And if I can't do it, that's fine. It's okay, because the path is sure, and we can't get it wrong. And the thing is that this is what we're doing, what Gary is doing, what Astrid is doing, what Adriana is doing. This is the process. This is how it is, and this is how it looks like. So then we can start to appreciate the opportunity that this pain is bringing, to see that. And to be, you know, also when the pain comes in, for me, I see that it gets worse when I feel like I'm like trying to push it away or trying not to accept it. Once I accept it, it gets better, in the sense that it doesn't, not necessarily it goes away or gets less, but I don't have the added pain of trying to reject it. I don't know if I'm explaining myself.
No, I certainly understand everything you're saying.
And just accepting, you know, what the pain is showing me, was just showing me that I still have this identification. I still believe in this body. I still believe in the illusion. And that's a step forward.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
And accepting also that I must have chosen this for myself, which for the ego is hard, but it's taking, you know, the power back into the mind, in the sense of like, okay, I must have chosen this. That means that I can resolve this. I can resolve this with the Holy Spirit. Because if it's not something that I chose and that I fabricated, then I'm at the mercy of the body. I'm at the mercy of the world, and the power then goes all into the body.
Yeah.
And when I say at the mercy, it's like the peace of mind, because the body can do whatever. This is the peace of mind. And Adriana has also said that, like, if you can be at peace with whatever, including the excruciating pain that comes up, And knowing where it's coming from, it's coming from this deep fear, unconscious fear of knowing that we never separated.
Sí.
It's coming from this deep fear that we think that we've separated from God and that we're going to be punished and that we've actually destroyed and killed God. That's a big thing. I mean, you say it out loud and it sounds dumb and stupid, and it's like, no, I don't fear that. But when you start to look at it, you think, yeah, if there was only one and I decided to separate, or I think that I separated, then I destroyed oneness. I destroyed God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that fear gets pushed down, and then we project all of this pain, this body, this world. And we're just coming into the realization of the craziness of it, of the impossibility of it. We're for me, I'm just starting to see that and starting to accept that. Because like you, I have pain all the time in this body.
Yeah.
I get up from here and it's like,
Yeah.
I have pain in my back, I have pain in my hip, and now I started to get some a pain in my ankle. I haven't done anything to have a pain in my ankle. I get up and it's like, this is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's accepting that and being okay with that. And if you have to take aspirin, take aspirin. Who cares?
Oh no, believe me, but the thing is, at some point you just can't keep taking Advil, you just can't keep doing it. And, but yeah, I'm working my way through a bottle.
Take a bottle of whiskey.
See.
It will do the same shit. It will numb the pain.
Yeah, it's just trying to get a couple hours of sleep. That's all. I don't.
Also, there's the
Don't
idea
think like
of sleep
that.
also.
Forget about that. You don't need that. Say to yourself, I am true spirit. Spirit never sleeps. Don't give it like that anxiety that I'm just trying to, because it's a mind way of making a tragedy about it.
It's another way for the ego to come in. Like you say, okay, I don't mind the pain. And then it's like, okay, now you have to sleep. And that's something that I've had to deal with, because I deal with that all the time. And I wake up and either I've slept it's always I've slept too much or I've slept too little. And the ego doesn't care.
You're always seems like you're sleeping in the morning.
Yeah, because I'm going to bed too late. This is the ego with me. You're going to bed too late, or you're going to bed too early, or there's nothing perfect. The ego cannot find anything perfect.
I'm certainly not looking for
anything.
perfect. That's for damn sure. I'm just looking for a couple hours of sleep. That's all. I mean, more than that, I think I'm looking for just, and I hear where this is coming from. I hear this is ego. It's probably not even worth saying, but it's just, yeah, it's just the consumption of the pain. I think and this is all within the last week, So
you should stop hearing us because we're causing the pain.
That's the same thought that I said, well, maybe you should just stop.
Yeah.
Your
Stop
participation in the Monejon is costing you all your peace.
No.
It's costing you pain. It's costing you pain in the body.
No.
and not sleep.
No sleep, pain in the body, now having to take aspirin or whatever. Fuck. But everything passes. Just be patient.
Yeah. No, I mean it's been like 5 days in a row, and so I think I'm just kind of at a low point here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you get tired during the day, go to sleep and it's okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
sleep when I am sleepy.
Yeah. No,
And I will forget all that thing that I need to sleep at certain hours. And then find yourself routines, either writing or listening to Ken's videos or whatever you find helpful. And don't be afraid of, changing the schedule
well, I'm
around.
not. I was right here yesterday morning and I don't know, maybe this time, and I was out for about an hour,
And
it
that,
came
that was
over.
all you
So,
needed. Exactly. Yeah, look at it that way.
see?
See, maybe you're changing patterns for when we're at the Morejon, you'll be driving during the night. We never know what we've been trying for. We never know what is coming next.
That's
You'll be
true.
you'll be driving at night and then sleeping during the day. Yeah, just have fun with it. Don't let the ego trap you in a
See,
miserable situation.
see.
You're worthy of laughing at the ego.
See, because then if you do actually sleep, like the amount that you want to sleep one day, then it becomes a goal. Like I need to do this again.
Yeah.
And it's a never ending cycle with the ego.
Look, I'm so used to not, I haven't really slept consistently for almost 20 years.
I know you
So
have to come here and drink beer with me. You're gonna be sleeping like 12 hours every night.
yeah.
As Astrid.
When I go to
I
Adriana's
cannot
house,
prescribe the method because it was designed for me and it wasn't me who designed it. But I go to bed like at 8
Yeah, me too.
and
9 o'clock.
I wake up at 6. That's it.
God bless you, man.
But maybe that's not for you, that you're aspiring to something that is not for you. Because you will have to have the faith that everything that happens in your life is for your healing.
Well, I tell you, I certainly don't need pain to keep me awake. I've had plenty of other things that have done it just fine without the pain. So
I know, but you're still resisting it, and
I
that will
am.
keep it alive.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah, soon as it doesn't have any power over you, it will go away because it has no purpose.
Yeah. Okay.
Make friends with the pain. Love the pain.
I'm gonna go buy a dozen roses for it today,
Love the
and
pain.
maybe a cake.
you say cake, yesterday I left the I left the house. Yay. I
Hey.
went to I I went to buy cigarettes and alcohol. And then I thought I should just buy a cake because my birthday is tomorrow.
Oh
But
yeah.
this was yesterday. I thought that yesterday was the 30th and today was gonna be my birthday. So I bought the cake and then I bring everything and then I'm sitting there. Wait, it's not my birthday tomorrow.
But
I
you
hope
ate
the
the
cake.
cake anyway.
No. I have the cake there.
So you hid it from the boys because they would have eaten it if they had found it.
No, they saw it. They saw it. My youngest was like, "Is this a cake?" I'm like, "Yeah, for my birthday." Because I bought the cake more for them. I don't. It's not a big deal for me.
But I
Now, the
still
cigarettes and alcohol are for you.
Oh yeah, cigarettes and alcohol.
definitely.
But it's my birthday. I'm gonna go buy prosecco.
Very good.
So I have the prosecco there, and I thought I thought last night, should I drink some? And I felt I have it here now. I don't want it.
And
that
then you're
Puerto
looking
Rican?
for your last hangover.
Sí, exacto. I'm sorry, Gary.
Is that Puerto Rican alcohol? What is?
Prosecco.
Oh,
Prosecco.
okay.
Yeah, I like Prosecco a lot. And it's also something that my boys, they don't drink, they don't like alcohol, but Prosecco they like a little bit. My youngest one likes it more than my oldest one is like, I can't believe you guys drink that shit. But he'll drink a little Prosecco, so
Nice.
I mean, I'm not trying to get them drunk, but get them used to
Responsible drinking.
I don't understand them, because by the time that I was their age, how many times have I been drunk in a cuneta? It's like very, very different from me, but that's okay. But yeah, going back to the idea of resting and sleeping, those are ideas that I've had to deal with for a while, like the need. And then when I got into my mind, when the idea came into my mind, but who's the one that needs to rest? It's the body that needs to rest. If I'm not the body, then it has nothing to do with me. And that was very freeing for me, that even if I did feel tired, I could at least in my mind disidentify with that feeling. And the tiredness is there, but the anxiety is not. Because the idea is like I have to rest because I have to do something after that. It's always in the future. Like I have to rest because I have to be in restful for whatever is going to come. But when you decide to be in the present moment, that anxiety leaves, and you can be tired and you can have pain, but it's very powerful to at least in the mind make a decision to not identify with that, with the future plans of the ego that has always these requirements. You have to be pain free, you have to be rested. And it doesn't matter, because anything that I have to do, I want to do with the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit doesn't care if you have pain or if you haven't rested, because you're not the one that's going to be doing
And
whatever
ultimately, the pain is not of the body. You have to recognize that fully.
It's part of the body.
No, the pain is not from the body. It's mind.
It's mind. It's a projection.
It's the most powerful weapon that the ego has to show you that you're not the son of God, that you're not spirit. But that only happens when we are not willing to surrender to the Holy Spirit, because that could be on in an instant when you recognize that you're not the body.
See, and again, this is during the day. I get all this. This is just so clear to me. It's just that 3-4 nights in a row of no sleep, and then the pain is so tremendous. It's hard for me to swim through all that noise towards the Holy Spirit, and this is the only real issue that I'm.
Yeah, you have to see it as your own. You have to see it as your own resistance to the light.
Sí. Exacto.
But it will not last forever. Cannot last forever.
No. No, because then the body will die and then it's over.
Yeah, but you can resolve it before you let the body die.
Yeah.
You can build faith in it, in the process that you will be shown. That's all there is for.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for you to sleep. It's for you to wake up.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe this Zoom meeting is creating for you like the the best possible time to sleep because you've been yawning. The conditions is creating the conditions
Maybe you
for
can go
you to
to
rest.
sleep now
Sí.
and sleep couple of hours.
Yeah, I would have gone to sleep a while ago, but I don't want to be rude.
Okay, you can go to
Let's
sleep
go.
while we're talking and we will leave you alone. I
Or
would
you
buy
can
a
tap
hornet. This the game, the basketball game, the hornet.
the horn.
Motherfucker, wake up! Don't be disrespectful. No. If you find inspiring to go to sleep while we're doing this, just do it.
Of course.
We
You
don't.
can also tap out. Like I'm out.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But I'm good too. I'm gonna
Yes,
eat
I'm good.
cake. Gotta remind me of the cake, and I still have a couple of pieces.
Wow.
Maybe I should
I
do my
guess I-
birthday today. Maybe I should do my birthday today instead of
Why?
tomorrow.
So you can have the
I
cake
have the
today?
cake. Yeah,
You
You
do
can
it
still have the cake
and
today and tomorrow.
I know. But then I have to go out and
It's
buy
like-
another cake. There's always a
But you have to
pero. There's
sleep 2
always
hours. At least 2 hours.
¿Cómo?
No. See, the excuses everywhere. Gary said, at least I have to sleep 2 hours. I said, I have to disconnect at 5. And you said, I have to go and buy another cake.
No,
we all
excuses are sí.
it's all the same shit. So let's be happy with them. That's what I
Yes.
wish for you both.
Igual. Thank
Que
you.
tengan un belloso.
Thank you very much.
Y si hace
Gracias.
happy birthday, que te tome un video y me lo envíe.
Okay, if they I don't know. I'll do it tomorrow maybe. Okay, no sé.
Love you both.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Los amo. Thank you.
Bye.
Love you.
Have a good sleep.
Bye.
Good night, Gary.
Good night,
Good
Gary.
night.